In the red dust of Mars, a quiet wind moved across the empty land. Far in the distance stood a large human-made structure, Mars Base 12. It looked like a forgotten station, but it wasn't. Inside, lights were still on. Machines still worked. And someone was still cleaning the floors. The war had ended years ago. Or at least, that's what everyone believed. The Zarn Dominion, a powerful alien empire, had defeated Earth's defense fleet. They didn't destroy the planet. They just took control of it, along with its outposts across the solar system. Mars Base 12 was one of those outposts. The Zarn didn't care much for it. To them, it was just a place with old machines and a few human workers, mostly harmless. Today, however, an important guest was arriving. Arrival of Commander Threxa, sleek black spaceship landed outside. The base, it made no sound, just a sudden presence. The air shimmered around it. Then the door opened with a soft hiss. From the ship stepped Commander Threx, a tall, thin alien with skin like dark glass and eyes that glowed blue. He was known for being cold and precise. He had conquered moons, broken armies, and silenced rebellions. He was here for a simple inspection. At least, that's what he told his officers. Threx walked into the base, followed by two Zarn soldiers in black armor. The base lights flickered slightly as they passed. Old tech, weak systems. Nothing to fear. The janitor down the main hallway. A man was mopping the floor. He wore a dark blue jumpsuit, stained with years of work. His hair was short and gray. His back was a little bent. He moved slowly, with calm rhythm. His face was peaceful, quiet. His name tag said only one word. Tom. Threx stopped. He looked at the man for a moment. "Human," Threx said. "Identify your position." Tom looked up and smiled politely. "Just a janitor, sir," he said, "keeping the base clean." "Why is there only one human here?" Threx asked. "Others left. Base isn't important anymore," Tom replied, still mopping. Threx stared at him. Something about this man bothered him. He couldn't say why. First signs as Threx walked past. One of his soldiers slipped slightly on the wet floor. Tom quickly reached out and caught him. "Careful," he said. "Floor's a bit slick there." The soldier pulled away, annoyed. "Watch it, human." "Sorry, sir," Tom said calmly. "Won't happen again." Threx glanced back at him. His eyes narrowed. "Keep moving," he told his soldiers. They entered the control room. It was dusty, old, full of blinking lights and slow computers. A small screen lit up with the words, "Welcome, Commander Threx, Mars Base 12 operational. Still functioning," one soldier noted. "Yes," Threx said. "But something feels off." He turned back to look at the hallway. The janitor was gone. The closet. Tom walked down a side corridor and entered the janitor's closet. It looked ordinary. Mops, cleaning chemicals, tools. He closed the door behind him. Then he pressed a small button hidden beneath the light switch. The back wall slid open, silently. Inside was a hidden chamber. Blue lights glowed softly. A round metal chair sat in the center. Screens showed base maps, power grids, satellite data. Tom stepped inside. "Inside, it's time, isn't it?" he said quietly. A calm female voice responded from a speaker above. "Welcome back, Commander Thomas Graves." Memory fragments. Tom sat down in the chair. A soft light passed over his face. "Memory scan in progress," the voice said. "Security lock. Protocol 13 detected." Images flashed in Tom's mind. A younger man in a military uniform. Explosions on the moon. A red warning light flashing. Earth fleet destroyed. Children hiding in underground shelters. A voice yelling, "Commander Graves, we're surrounded." Tom held his head. The pain was sharp, but he didn't scream. The voice spoke again. "Do you wish to activate Protocol 13? He waited. Then. Slowly he said, "Yes." Protocol 13 begins far above the planet. Hidden satellites powered on. Deep inside the base. Sealed doors unlocked. Old Earth technology, long thought dead, came back online. The base's AI changed its tone. Colder. Faster focused. Protocol 13 active. Awakening defense systems. Preparing retaliation mode. Tom stood up. His back straightened slightly. His eyes looked sharper now. He walked over to a small drawer in the wall. Inside was a simple metal key. He picked it up and looked at it. Memory returned. A man in a lab coat had handed it to him once, saying, "Only when all hope is gone, Tom, only then." Tom closed his eyes. "Hope is gone," he whispered. "But I'm still here." Threx reviews footage. Back in the command room, Threx was watching security footage. He slowed down the frame, showing Tom catching the soldier. "Zoom in," he told the AI. The camera focused on Tom's face. His eyes looked calm, but there was something behind them. A quiet power. "Control." Threx frowned. "I know that look," he muttered. One of his soldiers asked, "Sir?" "I've seen that face before," Threx said. "During the war. In reports. On the bridge of Earth's final ship." The soldier laughed. "A janitor? You think he was a commander?" Threx didn't answer. Instead, he issued an order. "Scan his background. Now." System blocked. They tried to open Tom's personnel file, but the system refused. Access denied. Level Omega Black clearance required. The alien soldiers looked confused. "What level is Omega Black?" one asked. Threx's face darkened. "It doesn't exist anymore. Earth deleted those codes. Then how is it active?" Threx stared at the screen. "Something is waking up," he said. "Something old." The first glitch. Suddenly, the lights flickered. The base AI spoke again, but now it used a different voice, colder, human. "Intruder detected. Purge mode initializing." "What was that?" a soldier asked. Threx stood. "He's not just a janitor." He turned toward the hallway. "Find him," he said. "Now." Empty hallways. They rushed through the halls. The janitor's closet was empty. So was the living quarters, the kitchens, the backup generator room. It was like Tom had vanished, but the base had changed. Lights turned red. Walls hummed with power. The floor panels shifted slightly beneath their feet. "Something's moving," a soldier whispered. "Something under the floor." Then a voice echoed through the speakers. Tom's voice. Calm. Cold. "You should have stayed away." The final shot. Back in the control room. One screen lit up. A camera feed showed Tom walking through a secret hallway. He wore a black uniform now, not a janitor suit. His back was straight. His eyes were sharp. He looked 20 years younger. He held the Protocol 13 key in his hand. He walked past an old Earth flag hanging on the wall. He stopped, looked directly into the camera, and smiled. Last time, the aliens thought he was just a janitor, but now, Protocol 13 has been activated, and Earth's last weapon is waking up. Inside the hidden room, Tom sat quietly in the metal chair. The room around him was glowing blue. Silent. Screens lit up one by one. A voice spoke from above. "Welcome, Commander Thomas Graves. Memory failsafe now unlocking." Tom closed his eyes. A soft pulse of energy passed over his head. Then, the memories began. The memories returned, flashbacks. He saw Earth, a burning sky, ships falling from orbit. He saw his own hands pressing buttons on a battle station. He heard people screaming. Commander Graves were surrounded. "The Zarn have breached Luna Base. Sir, we need to fall back." Then, darkness. A soft female voice in the past. "Tom, if you activate the failsafe, there's no going back." His own voice. "I'll disappear. Let them think I'm dead." Another voice. "Then you'll become the final line. The last hope." A chosen ghost. Back in the present, Tom opened his eyes. They were sharper now. Focused. He stood up slowly. His movements were no longer slow or tired. He looked around the secret chamber. Touchscreens, weapons lockers, files of old Earth tech. In the corner sat a box with the Earth Defense Command logo. He opened it. Inside, a black combat suit. Light armor. Folded perfectly. On top of it, a silver badge that read, Commander T. Graves, Earth Defense Omega Division. Tom smiled for the first time, but it wasn't a kind smile. Mars base awakens all across the base. Old systems powered up, drones came online, defense turrets unlocked. Long-range comms pinned hidden satellites. Old Earth AI systems synced together. The main terminal lit up with new text. Protocol 13. Final Defense Initiative active. A second message appeared. One human commander online. Awaiting orders. Alien fear grows back in the base. Control Center. Commander Threx was pacing. Where is he? He growled. The soldiers were nervous. Sir, he's not on cameras. And there are new systems online. Earth systems. Impossible, Threx said. The humans lost. A loud click echoed through the base. All screens went black. Then, just one image appeared. Tom's face. He looked directly into the camera. His voice was calm. You shouldn't have come here. The first strike, the hallway lights turned red. A hidden turret dropped from the ceiling and fired fast, precise, missing the alien soldiers by inches. Retreat! One shouted, It's a trap. No, Threx said slowly. It's a war. Tom prepares for war. Back in the hidden chamber, Tom suited up. The black armor fit perfectly. He clipped the badge onto his chest. Loaded two small plasma sidearms into hidden holsters. He looked at himself in a cracked mirror. No longer a janitor. Time to finish what we started, he said. He walked to a vault door at the back of the room. It scanned his face. Identity confirmed. Earth Omega clearance granted. The door opened. Inside, Earth's lost tech, EMP grenades, nano-drones, stealth cloak modules. All waiting. All ready. Global signals above Mars. Something changed. Hidden satellites came online. Old Earth military code was broadcast across deep space. A single message. This is Commander Graves. Earth still lives. Protocol 13 has begun. Across the solar system, old sensors picked it up. On a mining ship near Jupiter, a human engineer heard it and froze. In an underground lab on Earth, someone whispered, He's alive. Threx reacts. Back at the control room, Threx slammed his fist into the wall. Seal the exits. Shut the base down. I want that human found and killed. One soldier spoke quietly. What if he's not just human anymore? Threx stared at him. No more talk. Track him. But deep down, Threx knew the truth. The janitor wasn't a janitor. He was the nightmare they thought they had buried. The ghost of Earth's last war. And now, he was coming for them. Final scene. Suspense cliffhanger. Tom walked down a silent hallway. Each step echoed like a drumbeat. He paused at a door marked Core Systems. He placed the Protocol 13 key into the panel. It clicked. The door opened. Inside, a glowing sphere, the heart of Mars Base 12, connected to every defense satellite, weapon, and AI system Earth ever built. He stepped forward. The screen behind him showed a new command option. Initiate Earth Defense Network. Tom placed his hand on the scanner. His voice calm, steady. Yes. Screen fades to Bielak narrator. Vo. He hid in plain sight. But now the ghost of Earth has returned. And he remembers everything. Tom, the janitor, was never just a cleaner. He was Earth's last war commander. And now he has awakened Mars Base 12's deadliest systems. Protocol 13 is active. Commander Threx. Doubt begins. Commander Threx sat alone in the strategy room of Mars Base 12. Red lights flashed quietly. The alien tech tried to regain control, but the systems were fighting back. The base wasn't alien anymore. It belonged to him now, the human. Threx stared at the frozen screens. Tom Graves. That name wasn't supposed to exist anymore. He opened an old war file, stolen from Earth archives. A blurry photo appeared. A man in black armor, standing on a burning battlefield, holding a broken Earth flag. Caption: Commander T. Graves, presumed dead. Threx whispered, "Then why? Is he still alive?" A whisper among the aliens outside the command center. Alien soldiers whispered to each other. "Did you see him on the camera? He doesn't move like an old man. What if he's not human anymore? What if he's something else?" The soldiers grew restless. One of them checked the base sensors again. "Sir, the drones we sent into Sector 7. They've stopped sending signals." Threx turned slowly. "Then he's already hunting us." Tom's plan unfolds meanwhile. In the heart of the base, Tom moved through the dark like a ghost. Security cameras tried to track him. They failed. He was wearing Earth's stealth tech, invisible to Zarn sensors. Tom wasn't just walking. He was planting devices, small cubes that blinked once and vanished, EMP mines. Signal scramblers. Drone hijackers. Each one was part of his plan. Each one pushed the base deeper into his control. The truth about Protocol 13 back in the Earth defense chamber. A hidden file unlocked. Tom sat in front of it, quiet. The screen read, Project Final Echo, Earth's last failsafe. One commander, one base, one plan. Designed to rise when all others fall. Tom's eyes scanned the files. One name returned again and again. Threx primary target. His voice was soft. "So they knew you'd come back." Threx's paranoia grows back in the command room. Threx was sweating. His hands trembled slightly. His soldiers noticed, but said nothing. "Why? Hasn't he attacked directly?" one soldier asked. "Because he doesn't have to," Threx muttered. "He's turning the base against us, slowly, cleverly." Then, the power went out. Darkness. A moment later, emergency lights kicked in, red, dim, flickering. Threx growled, "He's watching us." First direct encounter. Threx and his guards moved through a corridor. Suddenly, click. A sound behind them. They spun around. Nothing. A voice. Tom's voice. Soft. Calm. "Threx. Do you remember the Battle of Europa?" Threx froze. That battle was classified. Only Earth's top commanders knew about it. Only Tom would know. "You ordered the massacre of the civilians," Tom said. "You called it efficient." Silence. Then a flash. A smoke grenade rolled into the hallway. Boom. White mist everywhere. Screams. Tom single quotes. As shadow passed through the smoke, silent. Fast. One alien dropped. Another vanished into the mist. Then only Threx remained, coughing. Alone, afraid, psychological warfare. Threx stumbled back into the command center. He sealed the doors. Breathing hard, he turned to the base AI. "Find him. Show me where." "He is," the eye flickered. Then Tom's voice again. "I'm already here." The lights dimmed. A video played on every screen. It showed Threx, years ago, giving an order that killed thousands. It wasn't just old footage. It was Earth's archive. Tom had accessed it. Signal to the stars at that moment. Deep space antennas on Mars Base 12 reactivated. Tom sent out one more message, encoded in Earth's forgotten military language. Only a few people in the galaxy would understand it. But for those who did, it meant only one thing. "Commander, Graves has returned. Earth is not finished." Final scene. Power shift. Threx sat alone, shaking. The lights flickered. A hatch opened somewhere behind him. Footsteps. Slow. Measured. Tom single quotes his voice. Soft, deadly. "You invaded my home." Screen cut to black. Previously, aliens thought Earth was dead. They didn't know Commander Graves was still alive. Now he controls Mars Base 12. The war has just begun. The war room reactivatum stood inside the old command center. The lights were low. Holograms floated above the control table. He touched the screen. Earth's final defense system lit up. Omega Grid online. One by one, lost Earth weapons came online across the base. Auto drones unlocked, railguns charged. Stealth mines armed. Satellite uplinks reconnected. A robotic voice spoke. Commander Graves, confirm full system control. He whispered, activate everything. Alien panic in another sector of the base. An alarm screamed. Alien soldiers ran toward the armory, but the doors were sealed. One soldier hit the panel. Systems not responding. Suddenly, the wall opened. Not a door, a trap. Boom! A hidden turret fired from the ceiling. Bright flashes, screams. Silence dot from the shadows. A voice echoed, you should have stayed off my planet. The shadow strikes. Tom was no longer just hiding. He was hunting. He moved through the base like a shadow, disabling alien comms, trapping halls, locking enemies in cold rooms, controlling the very walls around them. Alien soldiers turned on their flashlights. All they saw was smoke. Until it was too late. Protocol 13's true power back in the control chamber. A new file unlocked. Proto 13 classified sublevel. Graves only access. Tom raised his hand. The system scanned his DNA. Access granted. A new blueprint appeared. Hidden beneath the base. A secret chamber. Tom blinked. They built this for me? Inside the file. Project Vortex, Earth's final weapon. A powerful message followed. Warning, once activated, this cannot be undone. Threx faces the truth. Commander Threx stared at the map. Half the base was lost. Cameras were down. Doors were sealed. He growled at his team. He's not fighting like a soldier. He's fighting like the base is alive. Another alien spoke carefully. Sir. It is. That made Threx pause. He finally understood. Tom hadn't just taken the base. Tom was the base now. Tom's full assault begins suddenly. Lights across the alien sector shut off. Total darkness. Then lights snapped on red, and the nightmare began. Drones swarmed. Floors opened up into pits. Laser grids cut off escape. Turrets targeted with exact precision. Alien after alien fell. None could see their enemy, and above it all, Tom watched from a command screen. Voiceover, Tom's message. To the aliens, all alien helmets beeped. A voice played inside their minds. You came to conquer. You saw weakness. But Earth doesn't fall, not when I'm still breathing. The Earth weapon wakes back in the secret sublevel, a giant door. Open. Inside was something ancient and unfinished, a machine, glowing with blue Earth tech and dark alien metal. The screen flashed. Project Vortex, status 73% functional. Tom walked toward it. A robotic voice asked, do you wish to finish activation? He touched the core. His eyes glowed slightly. Begin final phase. Final moments. Threx escapes. For now Threx, bruised and limping, made it to an escape corridor. He entered a small stealth pod, bleeding, furious. Just before launch, he looked at the base behind him. It wasn't alien anymore. It was haunted, controlled. He screamed into the void. This isn't over, Graves. I'll bring the fleet. But Tom, watching from the command deck, only said, good, bring them all. Final scene. Tom Alonetown stood in front of Project Vortex. The chamber pulsed with power. Behind him, Earth's flag appeared on a screen, tattered but not broken. His voice soft. They thought Earth died. Now they'll see what happens when we rise. Previously, Tom woke the deadliest weapons of Mars Base 12. He turned the base into his fortress. Commander Threx barely escaped, furious and scared. Now the war grows bigger. Threx sends the warning far from Mars, deep in the alien fleet command ship. Threx stood before a massive hologram of the solar system. He spoke with anger and fear. Earth is not dead. Commander Graves is alive. He controls Mars Base 12, our own weapon turned against us. The alien leaders gasped. Some shook their heads in disbelief. One leader growled, "If Graves has the base, we lose the war." Threx's eyes burned. "We must send reinforcements. No mercy, no retreat." Preparing the fleet, the alien armada began to move. Ships powered up, weapons, systems primed. Squadrons of fighters prepared for battle. The fleet commander, a tall alien with a scarred face, barked orders. "We take Mars back, or we destroy it." Earth watches and waits back on Earth. Far underground, a secret command center buzzed with activity. Human scientists and soldiers stared at their screens. A young woman looked worried. She whispered, "Graves is back, but this time it's different." Her commander nodded slowly. "Earth's final hope. But the cost may be higher than we know." Mars Base 12, calm before the storm. Tom walked the halls of the base. He checked every system. Everything was ready. He touched a control panel. The voice of the AI spoke softly. "All systems operational. Enemy fleet detected. Approaching in T-72 hours." Tom's eyes narrowed. "Good, let them come." Alien saboteurs deep inside the alien fleet. A small team prepared a secret mission. They were sent to sneak onto Mars Base 12, to sabotage the weapons and steal secrets. Their leader, a ruthless alien female, smiled cruelly. "Graves thinks he's safe. We'll show him the meaning of fear." Shadows gathered. The solar system grew tense. Satellites tracked strange movements. Ships raced to their positions. The countdown began. Tom stood by the project. Vortex chamber. His voice was steady. "They want war. They'll get more than they expect." Final scene. The first strike looms. The camera zoomed out from Mars Base 12. The alien fleet filled the stars nearby. The screen split between Tom's calm face and the raging alien fleet. The narrator spoke. "The final war is coming. The battle for Earth's future. And only one side will survive." Previously. Alien forces began preparing for full war. But before the attack, they sent a secret team to sneak into Mars Base 12. Their mission: sabotage Earth's last weapon. But Tom Graves was already watching. Infiltration begins. A small alien stealth ship approached Mars Base 12, invisible to radar. Silent, cold. Inside were 5 elite saboteurs, trained killers. No fear, no mercy. Their leader, Commander Zila, whispered, "We go in quiet. We break his systems. We end Graves before the fleet even arrives." The ship landed silently under the base. They entered through an old maintenance tunnel. Dark, forgotten, full of dust, but not empty. Tom was waiting inside the control room. Tom saw everything, his voice calm. "Visitors." He tapped the screen. A map of the base appeared, 5 red dots glowing. "They think they're clever." He pressed one more button. "Let's welcome them properly." Locked inside as the saboteurs crawled through the tunnel, the hatch behind them sealed shut. Clang! One alien turned. "What was that?" Zila growled. "Keep moving." They entered the lower hallway. Then the lights turned red. An automated voice echoed, "Welcome to Mars Base 12, security level, Graves protocol. Escape, not possible." The base comes alive suddenly. The doors ahead locked. Gas vents opened. Floor traps activated. Lasers blinked from the walls. One alien screamed, pulled into the shadows. Another vanished behind a closing blast door. Zila shouted, "It's a trap. He's watching us." Tom's counterattack from the command deck. Tom activated Phase 2. "Let's test your training." Robot sentries moved through the halls, fast and silent. Not killing, just hunting, pushing the intruders deeper. Into a special zone. The memory room. Sheila and her last teammate entered a strange chamber. Screens covered the walls. Hundreds of them. Each screen showed Earth's past. Alien attacks. Cities burning. Graves standing alone on battlefields. A voice echoed, "You came here to steal, but you know nothing about what we lost." Then the doors locked behind them. Final confrontation. Tom entered the room. No armor, no weapons. Just his eyes, cold and calm. Zila raised her blaster. Tom didn't move. He said quietly, "You're not the first. You won't be the last, but you're not leaving." Zila fired. Nothing happened. Her weapon was empty. Tom smiled. "EMP zone. You're done." She screamed and charged. Tom moved once, fast and silent. The screen cut to black. Final scene, one survives. Later, back in the alien fleet, a single escape pod was found floating near Jupiter. Inside, one alien survivor, shaking, whispering, He doesn't fight like us. He's already won." The alien general narrowed his eyes. "Then we destroy the entire planet. No mercy." Alien saboteurs failed. Tom Graves crushed them with cold precision. Only one survived, terrified. Now, the full alien fleet has arrived, and war is seconds away. The sky fills with fire above Mars. The stars disappeared. Alien warships. Thousands surrounded the planet. Battleships, carriers, destroyers. Each one aimed at Mars Base 12. Inside the alien flagship, Commander Threx stood ready. He pointed at the red dot, blinking on his screen. "Commander Graves, the last human. Threat, today we erase him." Earth watches in silence. Back on Earth, in a hidden bunker, humans watch the sky darken. A scientist whispered, "This is it. We either rise or we vanish." The commander turned to his team. He's not just fighting for Mars. He's fighting for all of us. Tom stands alone inside Mars Base 12. Tom stood in front of a massive blast shield. Behind it, Project Vortex, Earth's unfinished doomsday weapon. The AI voice asked, "Enemy fleet arrival confirmed. 97% chance of full destruction within 1 hour." Tom replied, "Then let's make it the longest hour of their lives." The first strike the alien fleet fired. Thousands of plasma beams and energy missiles fell toward the base. But as they reached the surface, something unexpected happened. A dome of light appeared, a shield powered by Project Vortex. The missiles exploded harmlessly above. Threx snarled, "Impossible." That shield was never finished. Tom's counterattack inside the control center. Tom's hands moved fast across the interface. "Target their command ships." From deep inside Mars, old Earth cannons rose from underground. They hadn't fired in decades. But now they roared. Massive railguns and orbital lasers struck back. 3 alien ships exploded instantly. The base fights back. Mars Base 12 came alive. Drone swarms launched into space. Holographic decoys confused enemy sensors. Ancient Earth satellites rebooted and joined the fight. Even old Martian mining rigs transformed into auto-defense turrets. It wasn't just a base anymore. It was a battlefield with a mind of its own. Threx's rage on the alien bridge. Chaos spread. Shields failing. Drones breaching outer layers. He's everywhere. Threx grabbed the control panel and shouted, "Send everything. All ships. Crash into him if you must." But one alien officer whispered, "Sir, what if he's not trying to win? What if he's just buying time?" Countdown begins. Back in the heart of the base, Tom looked at the vortex reactor. It now glowed like a star. The AI whispered, "Vortex ready in 6 minutes." Tom's voice was steady. "Let them come closer. Let them surround me. That's the point." Final scene. The trap is set. The alien fleet pushed forward. Thinking they were winning, they fired everything. The base cracked. Shields flickered. And then, silence. Everything stopped. A deep hum echoed. Then, a message played across the alien fleet, in Tom's voice. "You brought your entire army. That's good. Now I only have to do this once. All lights, In the fleet dimmed. The reactor glowed brighter. Project Vortex was waking up. Tom Graves turned Mars Base 12 into a fortress. The alien fleet surrounded him, thinking victory was close. But they didn't know. Project Vortex was never meant to defend. It was built to end wars. 0 o'clock, activation. A soft chime echoed across Mars Base 12. Project Vortex, full power. The core lit up, brighter than the sun. Tom stood calmly in front of the reactor. The walls vibrated. The floor shook. He gave the order. Engage. The sky cracks above Mars. The alien fleet launched one final wave of fire. Lasers, missiles, drones. Everything. But just before impact, the sky cracked open. A shockwave of blue light burst from the base. It didn't destroy the ships. It did something worse. Vortex protocol begins. All alien ships froze. Engines stopped. Guns powered down. Inside every ship, systems screamed. Core systems overridden. Unknown signal detected. Vortex wasn't a weapon. It was a mind virus, designed to take over enemy tech. Built from stolen alien code. Enhanced by human madness. Graves whispered, "You used tech to destroy Earth. Now we use it to control you." Chaos in the fleet. Alien pilots screamed as their screens went black. Autopilot systems changed direction. Missiles reversed mid-air. Battleships turned on each other. In space, the fleet tore itself apart. Threx's final stand. Commander Threx in the flagship saw it happening. He pulled out his blade. "If I die, I'll take Graves with me." He manually steered his ship toward Mars Base, full speed. A suicide run. Tom stays still inside the base. Sirens echoed. The AI warned. Impact in 30 seconds. Everyone thought Graves would run. He didn't. He stood in the center of the command deck, watching the sky. And whispered, "This is for Earth." The final collision. Threx's flagship pierced the clouds. But just before it could hit, the ground opened. Project Vortex lifted into the air, glowing like a star, and exploded in a controlled burst of light. The shockwave didn't destroy. It erased every alien system in a pulse of silence. Threx's ship vanished, frozen, then crumbled mid-air. Silence falls above Mars. Nothing moved. No more fire. No more war. Just silence. And stars, one by one. Earth's satellites reconnected. The signal returned to Earth. A message played across every human screen. Threat neutralized. Humanity endures. Final scene. Tom's message in the final shot. Tom stood alone. In the ruined base. Dust. Silence. Peace. A camera drone hovered beside him, recording. Tom looked straight into it. "You thought we were broken. You thought we were done. But Earth remembers. And we never go down without a fight." He paused. "If you're out there, watching this, know one thing. Earth doesn't kneel." The screen faded to black. The end, or is it?